Hello YouTube, I'm back. It's Cameron, the Blushing Foreigner, and I have for you today something that you have never seen before here on YouTube, and that is a review of Sigma makeup brushes. I'm just kidding. I know you've seen 1,000 of these videos and they're out there, and I really asked myself before filming this today or deciding to film it today if the world really needed another YouTube Sigma brush review. And after doing a search online and looking for some reviews that sort of shared my opinion, my mixed opinion, my at times not so favorable opinion of the brushes, I really couldn't find any. There was a dearth of sort of critical voices. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I hope it's okay. I'm going to be very honest. There's some good and some bad. There's some benefits, some unique selling points for Sigma. The prices are cheaper than MAC. But then there's some drawbacks too, especially if your expectations are the same quality as MAC makeup brushes. And I think there's so many voices here on YouTube and all these gurus and people who are sort of getting paid by the company to be favorable and kind. And I think that can sometimes cloud your judgment when you're getting free stuff and you are telling people that they're the same as MAC. I don't think that's fair nor honest. And maybe it's just my experience and everyone else has had flawless experiences with their brushes from Sigma. But I just want to put my voice out there and see, see where it goes. But I'll just start right away with a few good products or a good few brushes and then a few that I think underperformed. The blush brush, this is a synthetic fiber brush. It's the 168, and this is a very nice brush. I use it for blush. It's got a nice edge, it's very soft, and it performs just fine. It's a very good brush. So this one gets 2 thumbs up. Same goes for the 224. This is a nice blending brush. I use it up here in the crease sort of to blend out after I've used a real MAC 217 to do some crease color. It's a good brush. What I'm missing in the Sigma Complete Kit is a brush like the 217 by MAC, which I think is just the perfect brush. Not everyone, but a lot of people have that. This is my MAC version. I'm sorry, it's a little dirty. But this is just an all-around, useful, utilitarian kind of brush. It's for packing on color, blending, doing whatever you want, crease work or application. I think it's really good. But the Sigma Complete Kit doesn't have a brush quite like that. I thought this would work. It's a little too big, but it is very soft fibers, and I think it's a good brush. Now let's get into the brushes that I think are sucky poo-poo, to use professional language to describe. Sorry. Okay, this brush. This is a duo fiber brush. And a lot of people use brushes like these, I suspect, for foundation application. I think I tried it once for that, and then I tried it for blush. It's much better as a blush applicator, but it's not very dense. And I really had to do 10 different, back and forth. Sorry, the camera's shaking when I do that. 10 different applications of blush just to get any color payoff. So I don't think this is a great blush. I used it with actually MAC Stereo Rose and I thought it worked well with that particular color, but I don't think it works as a foundation brush. It's not dense enough, and it's just, I'm not happy with this one, the 187. Let's get to the real stinker of the line, and this is the one I was really holding out for. This was my reason for buying the kit, and that probably explains why I'm being, again, very dramatic over makeup brushes. I know it's not warranted. This brush is shedding. That's why I'm so annoyed. It's like I'm picking it off my keyboard right now. This is the big powder brush, the SS150. And it's soft, and it feels great. And when I use it on my face, about 20 hairs stick to my face. 20 hairs get left behind. It leaves you a little parting gift, this brush. And basically, I would compare this brush to the Buick station wagon that my father bought back in 1987 or so. I was a little girl, and he came home with the station wagon, brand new from the Buick dealership, and we had it for 2 weeks before it broke down. And we were like, what? This is a new car. My dad had to take it into the shop. They towed it away. It came back. We had it for another 2 weeks. It broke down again. Same thing happened a third time. Over the course of about 7 or 8 months, that car was in the shop every other week. And my dad looked at me one day and said, you know what? We just got a lemon. We got a lemon. And I was like, what's a lemon? I know what a lemon is. It's a fruit. But a lemon in English, in American English, is also a term for a car or for an item, any item that's just a dud, that doesn't live up to what it says it should do. Or can go for anything. This brush, the first time I got it, I lightly did a wash in the sink. I used my brush cleaner. I have a professional brush cleaner. And I rinsed it. I know how to do it properly, and I was rinsing just the bristles, and I wasn't going like this. You never want to have your wash your brushes like this or dry them like this, because the water seeps into this area right here, and it compromises the glue, and it makes your brushes fall apart much quicker. So never do that. I know how to wash properly. Excuse me. And I noticed that gray liquid was coming out of here, and I don't know if it was the hairs of the brush or if it was the glue that was being compromised by my light little shampoo the first time I got my brush. So I was like, that is strange. I don't think the water should be turning black, but it did. I'm like, this is going to be a problem probably. And then sure enough, I let it dry. I always dry my brushes upside down. I used it and it just shed like a mother. You would not believe it. It was just shedding everywhere. I could only use it a few times and I gave up on it. It was just, garbage, unfortunately. And I have to say, Sigma, my order came very fast. I was very pleased with, ordering from sigmabeauty.com. And I really owe it to them to let them make it right and maybe replace this brush, because I really think I just got a dud, and maybe, they could give me a brush, the same brush that works perfectly, that doesn't shed so much. But this one does. And I may, I live overseas and it's really hard for me to send products back, because it was actually sent to my parents' house in California, and to get it back to Sigma from Denmark could be complicated. But I may do that. I may contact them or call them and say, what should I do? This brush is really malfunctioning. So that one kind of turned me off. I gotta say, I was expecting a really good powder brush. I was going to use this for, some MAC mineralized skin finish, just to kind of set my foundation, and I can't use it at all. It's a dud. So instead of that one, I got this Eco Tools brush, and I use this one for bronzer and powder sometimes as well. And this is a very good brush. I've had no shedding problems at all. So, Eco Tools is a little cheaper and it's very good quality. I have two pencil brushes here. One is the MAC version, this one, and this is the Sigma version. And they're very similar. The Sigma is, again, fluffier. This one is denser and more concentrated. The bristles kind of stick more together, and it makes it a little easier to use. I use it underneath to smudge my eyeliner and sometimes to pack on a little bit of color. This one's okay. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but I do think the MAC's a little better on that one. Again, the Sigma's fine. It's okay, but it's not as great as the MAC version. The one that I really liked in the beginning is this angled brush, the 275. And I thought it was really interesting for the crease, for kind of packing on a little bit, sort of, and then blending out. And I really liked this shape. The problem with this one is every time I wash it, I notice that I'm losing density of hair. So it's just really thin. I mean, you cannot pack on color in your crease and really get a good serious blend with something that sparse, with hairs this sparse. So again, it felt great in the beginning, and then over time I noticed this brush is just weakening somehow. So it was a great concept. The 275 angled, if it was denser and packed more like a quality brush should be, I would love it, but I don't. So let's see, this leaves me with the foundation brush, which I don't use for foundation. This is the 150. I use it to put a little powder under my nose and kind of blend. I don't use a ton of powder, and then I kind of add a little under my eyes, and that's about it. I don't use it for applying foundation. It might work for that. This is the SS190. It's okay. It's not a bad brush. The one brush I really do like, that I think is my favorite, which is going to be silly because I use it like once a week maybe, is the eyeliner brush, the 209. And I'll show you this. It looks like that. And it's really good for a good gel eyeliner. I use it with my Bobbi Brown gel liner, and it works fabulously. You can get a really precise line. I actually like that over the angled brush. I think some people, this is the Sigma version of the angled brush, and I actually use this as a lip brush. Kind of prefer a nice angled brush. And the wonderful Goss makeup artist, who's just so cool and has some great tips, he was talking about this in one of his videos about using an angled brush to get a good lip line when you're using a brush for your lipstick. So I've been using that for a while, and it's good, but I don't think this is good as an eyeliner brush. I don't know why. I just think it's kind of, I don't know. It's not as precise. It's still like not a thin line, and I think the 209 is much better for gel eyeliner. So these two are good. So I'm not gonna like bash them anymore. I'm sorry if this is too brutally honest. I just want to tell people realistically, if you're ordering this product, you know, kudos for you, and I wish you the best of luck, but keep your expectations sort of tempered. You're not going to get MAC quality. You're going to get some okay brushes, maybe some great ones, maybe some not so great ones, but don't expect anything in the same caliber as MAC, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, have a great day. Bye.